Hi, crafty friends. This is Megan, and I am here to share a card with you. I got this idea on Pinterest, and that is the image that I'm going to be using. Sorry, it wasn't really wanting to focus there. I pulled out a pre-made card that I think I just got it from Michael's, and it's a white background. I had these cute little stamps, and I'm going to use these two old close to my heart stamp pads. I wanted the lion to be yellow, and then I was going to just cut out the head and have it be orange. So that's why I have two different colors. And so I'm just cleaning off the stamp before I do the orange. And now I'm going to do the orange. And I think I actually end up not liking this orange. It's too dirty, like a dirty orange for me. I was really wanting more of a, yeah, orangey than brown. So I pulled out some other orange stamp pads. And there's this one from Colorbox. I can't remember if that's the one I end up using or not. I don't think so. I think I'm going to use that other stamps pad that's right to the right of it, and it's called Brilliance, I think. I got a bunch of these at, let's see. Oh, I guess I do decide to just use that Colorbox one. I got some of these at Tuesday Morning, and some of them from someone off of Craigslist. And I really liked this yellow and orange. And that yellow that I'm using is actually a chalk, like a chalk ink, I guess. So it's a little bit different texture. And that is my son, Tinian, my littlest. He came in while I was doing this and wanted to stamp with me. So he pulled out a stamp, and it was like one of those old wooden ones, and it doesn't have anything on it. So, but he thought he was stamping, and he thought he was so cool. So thought that was funny. Okay, so here I am just going to cut out, fussy cut around the lion. And I'm going to do that on both the yellow and orange. And I'm going to leave a little bit of white in there, around the leg area, because I don't care too much to be that fussy about it. And with the orange one, I actually didn't need to cut it all the way out. I think I just forgot, because I'm going to layer it on top of the yellow. So I just cut out the head, and I'm not sure what I'm doing here. Oh, I was cutting out the yellow face because I didn't like the orange face. And so I was trying to see if I liked the yellow better. And I think in the end, I'm not sure if I end up actually using the yellow face or not. So just like the eyes and the nose is what I mean by the face. And here I'm going to use a pop dot to pop up the head. And now I'm just going to clean up all these little pieces. And I am making this card for a challenge. It's for Scrap from Scratch here on YouTube, and her name is Sarah. It's for her birthday challenge. I did a layout for her birthday challenge, and then I had my nephew had a birthday, and so I decided that I would use her color scheme and the other ideas that the other elements she wanted us to use. And now I can't remember what they are. Hang on, I wrote them down. So let's see. So it was for card makers to use yellow, flowers, and sparkle. So I'm using this yellow star paper, as well as this really light green that was in my stash, and it was embossed, and I really liked that texture that it added. And so I'm going to put the 2 green ones on the sides and then the yellow one in the middle. My gun, I don't know what was going on with my glue gun that day, but I was having trouble with it. So I just placed the 2 green ones down first, and now I'm going to put the yellow. And now I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do with this lion. I wanted to stay pretty close to the card that I am lifting today that I got the inspiration from. So I am deciding to pull out this Fisker's circle cutter. I'm not sure exactly what it's called, if it's just a circle cutter or not. But I have not figured out how to use this thing because sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Like you see there, it didn't work that time. And which was probably good because it had those lions on it and I want to use those lions on something else. So I sit here and I decide to look up how to use this cutter finally. And so I go and I look and it says, I guess you can screw it up like this, the little thing around it, the plastic thing around the orange little holder button thing screws up, and so you can screw it up and then you screw it down on your paper, and then you should be able to just pull the lever around or push the lever around and make a circle. But I don't know if maybe I'm doing it wrong or something, because like the blade, I had to pull the blade out of the little position like a ton for it to actually cut. So I'm really sorry. I should have cut this out. I forgot that this was in here, that I had such a hard time with this. But so I just went around 2 times with this and that seemed to work. And so I'm going to do that. And I totally could have done this on my silhouette because I have a silhouette, but I was just being lazy and I wanted to be fast. And that's the one downside to having a silhouette, is you have to sit down and take the time to set it all up and everything. I love my silhouette, don't get me wrong. But when you're already in the process and you decide, oh, hey, I need this, it's nice to have something, a punch or, you know, like that circle cutter, just to go quickly. So that's what I decided to do. For this card, or the circle, I just outlined it with an orange. And then I had some of that extra, I had some of that green embossed paper that I had in my stash. And so I just decided to cut out another circle with that and make it a little bit bigger than the white circle. So if anybody knows how to use this Fisker's circle cutter thing and to use it well and not have to use your scissors after cutting what you think you have cut, that would be awesome if you could tell me or point me to a video. I need to just look it up on YouTube or something. I just have been lazy and haven't done it. So now I am going to put, I'm going to do circles. So one of the requirements was to use flowers. And since this card is for my nephew, I didn't want to make it really flowery because it's a boy. And so I decided to make little circles and to put them all around that green embossed paper to make it look like a flower. So here I'm just going to use the circle cutter to get all of those pieces. And it's going to end up looking like a little flower. And this kind of takes a lot of time. This is where it would be nice just to have a little circle punch. But where I have the silhouette, it just really bothers me to buy punches. For, you know, the reason that I told you, that it's just, I have a silhouette and it's, you know, it just doesn't make sense. But I'm very close to just, you know, doing it anyway. Unless I can figure out how to use this circle cutter. But yeah, I don't know. We will see if this works. Okay, so I decided to cut some of that out so you didn't have to sit through all of that cutting. And now here I am just cutting these pieces in half and then gluing them around the green circle. And I am just using my Tombow Mono Aqua liquid glue. And that seems to be working really well. I like that. And I keep turning it over just to make sure that it's looking good. And I'm liking how this is turning out. So I just have that one little petal left, and now it looks like a flower. So I am going to glue the circles together now. Oh, I guess I am, oh, I forgot. I'm going to make these little flags, and I'm going to have them say happy birthday on it. So the white one is going to have happy and then birthday right underneath it. Sorry about my head there. I was just trying to see if it would fit. And it was a very, very close fit. So I'm going to stamp birthday first. And I'm just using that scrap piece of paper just to make sure that the happy doesn't get on the card at all, or the banner. So that works out, and I'm happy with that. I'm going to clean off the stamp, and then I'm going to cut out 2 more banners. I always like to make sure that I clean off my stamps right away so that they don't dry and stain the stamp. They still do stain the stamp, but that's just how stamps are. So now I'm going to pull out another piece of paper, yellow paper. I'm going to glue down all those pieces. And then I'm going to make banners out of that yellow paper there. Oh, I guess I decided to use a different kind of paper. Sorry. I'm going to cut these ones a little bit longer. And I'm trying to decide where I want to put them. And here I'm thinking that I'm going to use a different pattern paper. And so I cut out the banner shape, and then I'm just going to start gluing it all down. And where there was dimension on that lion, I decided to use my Tombow Mono liquid glue to glue all of this stuff down. And I'm going to kind of play and fidget with this a little bit just to get it positioned right. And for the sparkle, I decided to pull out a Heidi Swapp Resist number for the number 5 because my nephew is turning 5. And I pull out some mustard. I believe it's mustard Heidi Swapp Color Shine. And I hope that counts as sparkle because it does kind of sparkle. So if it doesn't, that's fine. But where it was for a boy, I didn't really want to add too much sparkle. So I figured that this would be okay to use. So I'm going to pull out a little box and spray that 5. And I'm just trying to get it dark enough, the color dark enough. And I think this first time it wasn't dark enough, and so I sprayed again. And I like that. And I'm going to put that right there in the right-hand corner. And then this card is done. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.